What is going on, my broskies? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece treasure cruise video. So the treasure map SUGO Fest is already data downloaded into the game. The treasure map SUGO Fest is going to be debuting on the 7th of December at 1900 PST time. So that would mean that the treasure map should be on the 9th or the 10th at 1900 PST time. So when that goes live, of course, I am definitely going to be live streaming the treasure map, but I don't know about my SUGO Fest pulls. I might do a pre-recorded video, not really too sure. But interesting thing to see here is that Legend Sugar is actually boosted on part 1 of the SUGO Fest. Now, I have already looked at the steps prior to, and judging from the steps, I would assume that, once again, that current theme moving forward for SUGO Fest, where you can only get 10 pullable legends on each banner, I would safely assume that that's also going to be the case here. So, honestly, the thing is, right, is about these SUGO Fest moving forward that are only like 10 pullable legends, like, unless if those steps on debut banners are absolutely obscene and absurd, or you really, really want to get that guaranteed new legend, there really isn't a point to pulling on debut banners anymore, considering, you know, if they're going to boost the best of those two legends on the treasure map SUGO Fest, it doesn't really make a lot of sense why they would do that. What I was expecting them to do was potentially boost Sugar on like part 3 of the banner, because that's typically what they've done in the past. You know, the debuting legend is on the worst part of the treasure map SUGO Fest, so you really have to dig deep in order to try and get that character. But they're not doing that this time. You know, part 1 is the best time to pull, especially if you want to get your hands on these treasure map units, and they're boosting the best legend that just debuted on that banner. So yeah, it is a bit weird. Just wanted to, you know, say that before we get into the swing of things here. Also, you can see that there's 3 Germa characters. These are the treasure map point booster units, and they are for the point booster for treasure map Reiju. So that is the new treasure map character coming up. And of course, I'm going to be uploading my treasure map preparation video over the next couple of days or so. That Reiju, by the way, is a very good free-to-play unit, so I would highly suggest get prepped for it, because this is going to be a good treasure map unit that you want to get maxed out. She is very, very good. But anyways, let's get into the video. Let's talk about the SUGO Fest, and we'll talk about all of the treasure map rare recruits, and we'll see the structure, right? So first thing is first. The first multi is discounted at 30 rainbow gems. Pretty typical. Multi number 2. The last wanted poster is a guaranteed quick character. I don't know. I just don't. What are we, in 2016? What kind of a SUGO Fest step is that? Dude, this is honestly one of the worst steps I've seen in such a long time. I'm actually dumbfounded at how bad that step is. A guaranteed quick character. Do you know how many quick characters are in the game? A lot of them. You know, give or take 20% of the game are quick characters, right? Yeah, look, that is honestly one of the worst steps that we've seen in a very long time. That is just terrible. Number 1, because we don't have the guaranteed point booster on multi number 2 on this SUGO Fest. It's just a quick character for some reason. Anyways, and then number 2 is the fact that, yeah, as I mentioned, there's like 20% of the game, give or take, is a quick character. So you could pull something completely trash, like old school rare recruit Capone, or you could pull one of the point boosters, because all the point boosters are quick characters. It means any red poster you get means it's a guaranteed quick red poster. But I would assume at this point that Smoker is not on this banner, but at least Sugar is on this banner, so we'll have to wait and see what characters are actually on here. But, yeah, that's not a good step. Not a good step at all. Multi 3, at least here it is. 5-star guaranteed Vinsmoke Yonji, who is the lowest of the point boosters here. Multi number 4 is a 1 rainbow gem multi, so you can see this is quite a common theme moving forward as well. Multi 5 is a guaranteed legend, so once again, you know, 5 steps for your first guaranteed red poster is very steep. But of course, if they're doing this new feature where you can only get 10 pullable legends, it means that, you know, if you get a red along the way, it's going to be a relatively good chance to be one of the ones you want. So I guess it's going to be kind of a big thing moving forward, and, you know, potentially in big celebrations, they would make it so you get more red posters, or maybe a higher chance to pull the debuting unit. We're not really too sure yet, but, you know, because we haven't had this SUGO Fest structure where you could pull 10 legends, or 10 of the legends are only pullable on like a huge celebration. That's going to be super interesting to see how they deal with that. But anyways, multi 5 is a legend, multi 6 is a rate boosted character, 8 is a 1 gem multi, so there's nothing on multi 7, which I think is a little bit weird considering every step up until that point has something going on. Multi 9 is the Niji, Vinsmoke Niji, and then Multi 10 is a SUGO Fest exclusive. And it looks like ECG is not guaranteed at all. Okay, I don't understand why Multi 7 doesn't have anything on it. I feel like that's a little bit of a missed opportunity. Even just a guaranteed rate boosted character, at the very least, it should have been. Not having anything is just a slap in the face in my eyes. It's not good. Anyways, look, the SUGO Fest, it's a treasure map SUGO Fest. If you're free to play, or if you don't spend that much money on the game, you just don't pull. And I mean, we're at that point now where we are very close to the anniversary for One Piece Treasure Cruise. If you guys don't know, it's at the end of February. We are so close to the anniversary. I would highly suggest to start saving your gems right now if you haven't done so already. Make sure to start saving, because you want to be waiting for those big SUGO Fests so you can get those guaranteed powerful legends. But it is what it is. You can do whatever you want with your gems. I'm just giving you advice on how to use them, but of course you don't have to listen to me. I like to do lots of pulls, but it depends on how you like to play the game. Anyways, I want to talk about the units, of course. The event information, obviously doesn't have anything. I want to talk about these new units here. So, actually, wait, let me go back for a sec. Why does it say December 8th at 1400 PST? That's a little weird. That is a little weird. Anyways, let's go to the recommended characters. So let's talk about Yonji first. This is the lowest of the point boosters here. He is a quick powerhouse striker. Captain effect is really bad. A 1.5 recovery boost, no attack boost at all. That's not good. Moving on to his special ability, at an 11 turn cooldown, reduces all enemies' damage threshold by 3 turns. And then if your captain is a quick unit, makes quick characters' deck slots beneficial for 3 turns. That's not great. I mean, look, the damage threshold reduction is kind of nice, but the beneficial slots, I mean, it's only dex slots. It would have been nice if it was, maybe dex recovery in tandem, or if it was just all colored slots matching for even just 1 turn. That's, man, that's not a good special, unfortunately, but anyways. The thing about these units that make them so valuable is their support effects. These 3 units have a really decent supports that can attach to some pretty cool characters, right? So, well, only attaching to Reiju, of course, because the treasure map unit is Reiju. So let's have a look at this one, right? So Yonji, this is Yonji, right? His support effect at level 5, once per quest, if the supported character launches their special, reduces damage threshold by 2 turns. That's a very powerful support effect to have. I don't know how often you're going to be using something like this, but it's going to be useful nonetheless, right? So, I mean, I'm personally going to be doing 3 multis to get my hands on one of the boosters, and it's going to be a nice support effect to have just for whenever you need it. So that's Yonji. That's the first of these rare recruits. The next one is Niji. Now, I think this guy's support effect isn't as good, but we'll get to it. This guy, he is a 1.5 HP booster for Powerhouse. Again, not a very good captain effect. His special, though, 13 turns, is going to reduce your crew's special charge time by 2 turns, and then boost quick characters' slot effects by 1.75. It's a variable factor depending on your navigation level. So outside of the orb boost, he just reduces your crew's special charge time on a 13-turn cooldown. So outside of Treasure Map, this guy is essentially useless. He doesn't even have a crewmate effect to resist special reverse at all. This character's bad. Like, honestly, this character is not good. This is not a good character. And his support effect, to Vinsmoke Reiju, once per quest, if you're inflicted with special reverse, it will go ahead and reduce only the supported character's special charge time by 2 turns. Again, like, not a support effect you're gonna use that often, I would say. That's not super amazing, man. Dude, Niji's the worst one. Niji honestly is the worst unit out of the 3. Damn, dude. Alright, so let's move on to Ichiji, which is the highest point booster. This is the one that you would be excited about if you ended up pulling him. So, this guy, quick powerhouse cerebral. Interesting that he is cerebral. Captain effect is the 1.5 attack boost for Powerhouse. Not very useful. And then his special is a 13-turn cooldown. Reduces all enemies' defense up and damage reduction by 5 turns. See, that's pretty good. And then boosts color affinity by a variable factor depending on your navigation level. So outside of Treasure Map, you're only getting 5-turn removal of blue and rainbow shield. That can still be useful, but most of the time, like, if you need to get rid of those 2, you just use Rare Recruit Bobbin. He's just a better unit. He has a lower cooldown as well, and just a better special overall. So it's kind of bad, honestly. This character's not great in generic play, but once again, he does have a support effect, which only attaches to Reiju, and it adds 4% of his base stats to the unit, and then if the character lands a perfect, it removes enemies' Rainbow Shield damage reduction by 1 turn. See, that is a support effect that you could definitely see being played. That's a pretty good support effect, but unfortunately, the special abilities are much to be desired, and it would have been a bit better if they were a bit more powerful and a little bit more useful outside of Treasure Map, and I really can't wait till we get to that point, because JP is at that point right now where their Treasure Map units, they're more difficult to get a hold of, but they are amazing units outside of Treasure Map, which I really, really like, and I really hope that they kind of take note of that and they get a little bit better over time, because these ones are just, they're just super average, man. But of course, if you are the type of player that spends on the game, you want to get your hands on these units to make grinding a little bit easier for the Treasure Map. But there you go, that's everything that we really need to know about the Treasure Map. The SUGO Fest structure, I mean, multi 2, that's disappointing. That is so disappointing, babe. Anyways, if we go over to the event page real quick, we can have a look. It gives us a little preview of the sprite for the Treasure Map Reiju right here. And you can see these are boosted characters. So you got Raid Jinbei, Raid Zora, and Colosseum Hajudun. Hajudun's a weird choice. The other two are pretty cool units. And then also something to note as well is that Raid Buggy's coming back. This is the Raid Buggy dual unit that gives you additional drops at the start of the quest, or at the end of the quest, should I say. And then also alongside that, we're getting the exploration events. So you've got the ones for lobsters, forbidden tomes, and also limit break materials. So if you use the Raid Buggy, like double Raid Buggy in this fight, you get like a bunch of additional drops. So this is going to be here as well. I don't know, how many times can you clear it? I'm not really too sure. 5 times, there you go. So it's 5, I don't know if it's 5 times a day or it's just 5 times throughout the event period. I'm pretty sure it's only 5 times throughout the event period. And that's going to be here for 19 days, starting on the 7th of December. I mean, it might be a little bit before, but it's here now. So it looks like it's going to be nearly the entire duration of this month. You'll be able to play this. Make sure you do this because you just get a really good amount of materials from it. But like outside of that, that's pretty much it. So we've got the Treasure Map coming soon. And as I said, stay tuned to the channel because we're going to be uploading our preparation video for the Treasure Map versus Reiju. And it's going to be super interesting to see how it goes. But yeah, overall, the units are a little disappointing, and the SUGO Fest structure is a little disappointing as well, but one thing that is exciting for the players out there that do decide to pull here is that Legend Sugar is boosted here, which is kind of nice. But anyways, that's going to wrap up this video today. Actually, before we end real quick, we can go over to the Metal Exchange. You can see all the Metal Exchange units have now updated into the new batch, so you can go ahead and pick any of these units up. I highly suggest to go check out my YouTube channel. I have another video uploaded where I talk about each of these units in a little bit more detail, give you guys my thoughts and opinions about which ones are the best ones here. There's only like 3 or 4 units here that are like worth picking up with medals. The rest of them, it doesn't really matter. But either way, that's going to wrap up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one, and if you guys did, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.